Moab house, we journey into a powerful blend of romance, trauma, redemption, and spiritual strength. This is the modern retelling of one of the most meaningful stories ever told, brought to life in the 2025 film Ruth and Boaz. Let's dive into the story. Ruth Moably is a rising artist in Atlanta. Her voice isn't just good, it's memorable. The kind that makes people stop what they're doing and listen. She dreams big, performing on stages, writing songs that matter, and building a life with her boyfriend, Marlon. But her climb to success attracts dangerous attention. Cyrus Carmichael, a controlling and influential music executive, tries forcing Ruth into a contract designed to own her life and career. She refuses, wanting freedom and integrity. But Cyrus is not the type of man who accepts no. He sends thugs after Marlon to threaten Ruth, but the confrontation goes horribly wrong. Marlon and his father are both killed. Ruth's world crumbles in a single night. The joy in her voice, the dream she held, the future she imagined, all gone in an instant. The guilt and grief take over her life. Naomi, Marlon's mother, is devastated. She loses her son and husband at once, and her home becomes filled with silence. Ruth, now traumatized and hunted by the same people who caused the tragedy, decides to leave Atlanta with Naomi, running not just from danger, but from the memories that are too painful to stay near. They travel to Naomi's old family property in rural Tennessee, a place forgotten by time. Naomi's home isn't much. The paint is peeling, the roof leaks, dust hangs in the air like old memories no one wants to look at. But it's the only safe place left. Naomi withdraws into herself, barely speaking, barely eating, wandering the house like a ghost. She's grieving two losses, the man she loved and the son she raised. Ruth wants to help, but she's also hurting. Still, she forces herself to move. She cleans the kitchen, repairs what she can, cooks meals Naomi sometimes refuses to eat, and brings a sense of life back into the house. Ruth is the one holding everything together, even while her own heart is falling apart. The neighbors begin noticing her, especially the people at the vineyard where she starts working to earn money. Among them is a man named Boaz Ozra. Boaz is the owner of a wide vineyard that sits on acres of lush land. He's respected, fair, and nothing like the controlling men Ruth has met in the industry. He first notices Ruth when she quietly works at the far end of the vines, doing more than the job requires, staying late, cleaning up after others, always pushing herself. She doesn't talk much, but her silence is filled with unspoken pain. Boaz begins offering acts of kindness, sharing water during the heat, checking in when she overworks, making sure she has safe transportation home. Not because he wants anything, but because he sees someone fighting through trauma alone. Ruth tries to stay invisible, but kindness has a way of reaching the places grief tries to bury. Naomi watches from home, slowly warming back to life as Boaz enters their world. She begins encouraging Ruth gently, telling her she deserves a second chance at happiness. Just as things begin to feel calm, Ruth's past claws its way back. Cyrus, still obsessed with controlling her music career, discovers where she is. He refuses to let go of the potential money and power her talent could bring him. Strange vehicles appear near Naomi's property. Unfamiliar men linger around the vineyard. Ruth feels the same fear she escaped from slowly creeping back into her chest. Then it escalates. One night, a group of armed men burn Boaz's vineyard. Acres of grapes and years of work destroyed in a roaring blaze meant to send Ruth a message. Boaz loses nearly everything he worked for, but instead of blaming Ruth, he stands beside her, telling her she's not alone anymore. Naomi realizes the danger is growing and confronts her own fear. The once silent woman begins to take charge, protecting Ruth like a daughter. The quiet town becomes tense, watching as the shadow from Atlanta threatens to consume them. The tension snaps one late evening. Cyrus arrives at Naomi's home with a hired enforcer, demanding Ruth return with him to Atlanta to finish what they started. He wants to own her career, her voice, her image, everything. Ruth is terrified. Boaz tries to shield her, but Cyrus's threats grow violent. Naomi, shaken but determined, steps forward with the strength she hasn't shown since her family died. She refuses to let another life be taken. In a burst of courage, she retrieves her late husband's gun and fires a warning shot into the air, a thunderous echo that freezes everyone. The neighbors call the police. The officers arrive quickly, arresting Cyrus for arson, extortion, and conspiracy. The danger, the monster that followed Ruth from the city, is finally gone. And for the first time since the tragedy, Ruth truly breathes. The aftermath is emotional. Ruth breaks down, finally releasing the pain she's held inside for months. She cries into Naomi's arms, apologizing for everything, even though none of it was her fault. Boaz helps rebuild the vineyard with stubborn determination. Ruth volunteers every day, seeing it as a way to give back to the man who stood by her when her past tried to destroy her future. Naomi becomes more open, joking again, cooking again, letting color return to her life. Ruth begins writing music privately, putting her trauma, her hope, her love, and her healing into her lyrics. Her voice slowly returns, softer at first, but honest and real. Boaz doesn't rush her or push her toward romance. He simply stays near, offering support that never demands anything in return. Little by little, Ruth begins to fall for him, not because he saved her, but because he stood with her. The final moments of the film take place at a local community event. The town has gathered to support the families affected by the vineyard fire. Ruth is invited to sing. She hesitates, afraid, emotional, but Naomi and Boaz encourage her gently. She steps onto the small stage, takes a breath, and sings a song she wrote during her healing. Her voice fills the air, powerful, trembling, full of truth. It's the voice of someone who survived the worst and is choosing to live again. When she finishes, the crowd rises to their feet. Boaz meets her outside under the evening lights. No big speeches, no dramatic declarations. He simply takes her hand, and she lets him. The camera fades on the vision of two people who rebuild each other in the quietest way possible.